Morning, folks. Jeff from RV Diagnostics. From the chair. We got some more snow last night over here in Delaware. It's, excuse me. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm still yawning. Um, let's talk about this cold temperature sweeping the nation and batteries. For those that have batteries and they're not being maintained maintenance charge or even a trickle charge, it's not good for them. Whether it's wet cell or AGM. Okay, we'll get into lithium batteries different because lithium did not like cold at all. Worse, they're worse at cold than lead acid batteries. But a thought too, because some of you do maintain your wet cell batteries with automatic waterers, like a little wet cell system and all that, little gravity feeds down. Uh, I wonder if it's freezing up. So please, folks, there's something else we talk about too, the maintenance of the wet cell battery. Some of you still buy them for whatever reason. They're cheaper or something of that nature than AGMs or. But there's a couple things that can be done to them. One, the charging event, whether it's a Magnum charger or whoever makes your inverter converter combination unit or just a converter. Uh, there's the float, right? That maintains a slight charge, a low amperage on it. And then there's the absorb, where it's a little higher voltage, kind of gets a battery, up there quicker when it's depleted in voltage. And then there's bulk charging. I mean, that's when they're like really low and it's pumping about 30 amps into them batteries, which means it's cooking them. And we always talk about battery temperature. I think it can't go over, I don't know, 120 degrees or something like that. Don't quote me on that number. It's just coming out of my head for some reason. But there's a fourth one, okay? And that's equalizing, all right? Equalized charge. It maintains the battery better. It's our what we call desulfation mode. This will make your battery last longer. Now, I put an article on the Facebook page, RV Diagnostics and Troubleshooting, and I've always kind of worked around 12.6 being 100% on the battery. Some other people dropped it by hundreds or 0.01, 10 hundredths of a volt. So it's okay. But the idea is you can't go below a battery's 50% capacity on a wet cell battery. But also, they need to be desulfated every now and then. And it really makes them last longer. I would say once a month. Really depends how often you use them. Okay? So you might want to look into that. And folks, we're into the new 2022 here, and we're going to get another saying: be responsible for learning your RV. Okay? The more you learn about it, you're going to save thousands, folks. And it is costly owning these things. So one's the batteries, and there's a guy on there now that I made a new admin, and he wrote a good article. But you can read, but you got to apply. You got to go out there and do this. You got to check the water level on your batteries, the cables, the connections. Once a year, go clean the grounds up where the negative of the battery goes to the frame. And also learn about the equalization mode or desulfation mode. If your converter inverter system doesn't have it, you might buy a separate battery charger, which some people do. And also temperature affects the performance of a battery. Too cold, too hot. Remember when the battery is charging, it is miniature, like it's heating it up. And anytime you get heat, the water evaporates. This is why you have to check them. And remember, when you got them on in your backyard like mine, I got a 50 amp service way in the back, water, sewage, all that back here, and people stop by and say hello and stay. Not indefinitely, but they stay a night or two or three while we go over stuff in the school here. I have an RV school in a garage, repair garage. I'm private. I'm just private. That's what it is. Have a nice day. We enjoy ourselves. If you're continuously hooked up to them batteries, some converters can be programmed to make sure that when it goes into bulk mode, bulk, B-U-L-K, that it does not send out 30 amps, all right, or boost charge, or whatever you want to call it. If some of you all been mechanic or in a garage, or you got one of them associated battery charger, you can put that on high, man. Man, that thing will bowl that battery right over if you leave it too long, right? So, you can program that to bring it back down to 4 or 5 amps. So, because you're continuously hooked up. And that's really what you want to be. But now there's some other chargers out there, like solar chargers, it's a surface charge. It's just enough to keep it happy. Now, if it snows, you have to probably get out there and clean that little thing off. I got 2 on the top of mine, maintain my batteries, my AGM house batteries. And I know somebody probably going to call me a liar. They're 12 years old. And then the engine batteries, they're 8. Yes. They're Odysseys. Yes. They're virgin lead. Yes. They cost a lot of money. Not much more than a regular battery, but, $100, $200 more a battery is a lot to some people. But you got to figure out, if I'm getting 8 to 12 years out of a battery, what has went on with the cost, the increase price of batteries over that 12-year period? And how many times you want to pull them big heavy things out? So I'm not preaching to the choir. I'm living by what I say. I don't want to work on my RV that much. You know what I mean? Especially them batteries. I keep them clean. My wife laughs at me because you damn near eat off of them. And, my battery tray ain't all rusted up, boogered up. I take the time when I do change the batteries out to clean her all up, use baking soda, neutralize everything, clean it, rubberize it, spray again, keep lubed. I want to show you something. There's my one dog. What's up, Stormy? There's Bella Boo. So, that's all I can say to you. All right. Preventive maintenance. And the new word you're learning about is desulfation mode. All right. And some of them have that capability. It's for you to learn. What's the motto of 2022 now? What's the RV? You are responsible for learning your RV. Come on, owners of RVs. It's time to learn your RV. I appreciate all the questions on there. You have to go up top to the top of the page of RV Diagnostics and Troubleshooting and start using the search. If you don't find it, then you can post. I got you. But, you got to kind of watch this question. How many times do you think this one been asked? I have a problem with my black tank. It's clogged up. I'm just saying, I'm not putting nobody down if they post that one, but that's on there, I think, 8,000 sometimes. So we don't need too many more of them to be posted. You can go look all that and find up some solutions. So what I'm going to ask of some of my moderators now is we're going to start going through the old post. If there isn't a solution, we're deleting the whole post. Because some of you are asking for help. You find out the solution, but you never come back and tell us what it is. It would be nice if you said, oh, it was the toe tickler circuit. That'd be nice. And I troubleshot it this way. I tested here, I tested there, I got this voltage, I got that voltage. Or, I pressurized the cooling system and I found this. And I did a voltage check on the coolant. Look at my videos, you can do a voltage check on coolant. Also did a CO2 check to see if the head gasket was leaking a little bit. Remember, the head gaskets don't leak right away. They a small crack in the combustion gas goes into the coolant, and no, you won't see that bubble right away. You'll see by the time you see the bubbles in there in that big old reservoir, it's over. So we're trying to catch it before it gets over. So when you're out there having fun in your RV, you ain't gotta stop and put it in a shop for 3-4 months. All right. Thank you very much. This is Jeff from RV Diagnostics. RVers, be responsible for learning your RV. That's the motto of 2022. The old motto, which we're still going to hold on to, is test, not guess. Thank you very much. It's Jeff from RV Diagnostics. Till we meet again, whether it be on this video, at a campground, or on the road. Safe travels, and may your campfire burn bright.